Hi guys, my name is Diana Gibson and I'm the resident artist here at Cook Children's, and I am making a video for you with our puppet here. This is Jill Koss, our puppet. Hi. So she is our example today, and I wanted to show you guys how I made her body so that you can help us make the bodies for the kids here at the hospital so that we can make puppets with them and they can use them for their medical art and their medical play, which is where they actually get to set IVs on their puppets before they get their IVs. They get to feed their puppets medicine before they get medicine, and it's a way for them to relate and be able to speak with a different voice other than their own. So I'm going to show you guys how to do it, and I'm hoping that you guys will help us stitch some bodies so that we can serve more kids instead of it just being me by myself. So I'm going to put Jill down for a minute. She's just going to sit over here.
She's going to watch you.
Yeah, she's going to watch. Okay, and so what I've done is I've made two templates because we have obviously some very large children here that are teenagers or, you know, bigger kids, and then we have some smaller children that have smaller hands. And so obviously this one probably won't go to like a 3 or 4 year old because it's going to be as big as they are. But this one is probably a better size for them because they can put their little hands in there. So I've just made two templates, and I didn't measure them or anything. I just kind of did them to size, but you can kind of see based on them against me how big they are. So what we're going to do is, after I took this, I took it and I laid it on top of my fabric. So we've got some blue fabric here, and I just laid it down, and this is just out of card stock. So I laid it down on top of the fabric, and then I took chalk, any kind of chalk you have works, and I just outlined it on the fabric, and it's a double fabric, so it's two pieces laid on top of each other. And so I outlined it all the way out and then cut it out. And so let me move this out of the way. And so what you're left with is this. So now we have our puppet's body, and I just cut all the way around and then straight pinned it, just so that it doesn't move around while we're trying to sew it. And obviously the sewing part is pretty straightforward. All we're going to do is take our little puppet body, and we're just going to do a single stitch all the way around. Nothing fancy, but we do want to make sure that we stitch it in all of the places, because I can tell you from experience that if a kid finds a hole, they're going to tell you about it. So you need to make sure that we get it all the way around. And the hardest part is the hands and the arms. So most of you guys are sewers out there, so you know what to do when you get to an edge. You can pivot and get that arm in there. Just be careful when we get down here by the fingers. That's where the holes pop up. Because when the kids are stuffing, they stuff a little hard sometimes. And then same thing by the thumb, you can do a pivot. And be gentle around the edge of the thumb. Come on, don't make me look bad on camera. Some technical difficulties. There we go. Okay. You got this. There we go. It just had to be talked to a little bit.
It's new.
Yeah. Okay. Get a little close to my edge there. Try to leave enough room that if the kid does overstuff it, that it's not going to fall apart. Okay. Just going to go around the head. Ooh.
So this is the same template you would use if they were going to make either a person puppet or an animal?
Yes.
Okay.
We use the same template for both because the only thing that changes with that kind of thing is the ears and things.
Okay.
So that doesn't really change
The features,
the body
yeah.
shape.
Okay.
That just changes when we go to add ears and such.
That's nice and simple.
Yes. And sometimes, like, I've had a kid ask for a horse one time. And so that one was a little difficult because I had to make a muzzle. But we don't need the stitch-a-wishers to worry about that.
Okay. Okay.
They just need to help us with the body. Okay. So I'm just doing my pivoting around the little hand here. And so if we have a bunch of these stocked up, then we'll be able to reach more children than we would be if it's just myself and our other artists trying to stitch them as we get requests.
Yep.
This way we can serve maybe 4 or 5 kids instead of 1 or 2.
Yeah.
We're just going to go all the way down to the bottom. And no puppet is going to be the same. So if one puppet looks a little bit different than your next puppet, it's okay because the kids aren't going to know and it's just like people. Nobody's going to look exactly the same. So what we've done is we've sewn the whole body and obviously the next thing we're going to do is just turn him inside out. So I'm just going to grab the inside and pull it out and pull out his little arms. And a lot of the puppet making is done at bedside. I mean, obviously we want the kids to have the most control. And so whenever we bring the body to them, that's all that it is. We want them to see a blank slate. It's just a body. And so they get to decide what kind of ears it has, what kind of eyes it has. Does it have hair? Is it a person? Is it a boy or a girl? Is it a mean puppet or a good puppet? I mean, there's so many different things that they can choose. And so the body itself is just going to be a plain blank slate for them, and they get to choose the rest. And the last thing that I need the stitch-a-wishers to do after they've sewn it and turned it inside out is to cut a slit for the mouth. If you look on our puppet here, you can see that whenever her mouth is closed, it's a straight line. Okay? And so what I did to make this is cardboard inside. But in order to have that open already, so that that's one less step that we have to do, what I'd like the stitch-a-wishers to do is just to cut a straight line across the middle of the face. And so if you look right here on our little puppet, I'm not going to be up here because we want lots of room for the eyes and nose and things like that. So I'm going to scoot down a little bit, and I'm just going to draw a straight line with my chalk, and then use my scissors to only cut through one side, obviously. We don't want a mouth on both sides. And it goes almost to the edge, so we don't want to cut all the way to the stitch or else we're going to lose our stitch. But it pretty much goes edge to edge.
Okay.
Okay? And then that's it. That's all we need your help with. We just need someone to help us sew the bodies and cut open the mouths so that we can help these kids get better through puppets. Alright? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye.